In the depths of the 7 underwater kingdoms, it was Thor, the ancient city of dragons, that had once played a pivotal role in the ceaseless battles of the sea. Thor, hidden beneath the waves, was home to dragons who were as legendary as the city itself. It was Thor's dragons, fierce and powerful, that halted the war that had torn the kingdoms apart and ended Queen Marjani's reign of tyranny. The waves calmed, and the Mermaid Kingdom found a glimmer of hope in a time of despair. But beyond the dragons, it was a prince named Oba who truly emerged as the hero of the hour. His bravery and resilience in standing against Queen Marjani's cruelty made him more than just a prince. The Mermaid Kingdom, once fractured by fear, united under his leadership. His name became a beacon of hope and justice that spread throughout the 7 kingdoms. Soon the whispers began. Oba was the king of the mermaid. The title King of the Mermaid spread like a current through the seas, from the shallow shores to the deepest trenches. Oba had proven his strength and wisdom, and his leadership was no longer in question. The title was not merely one of birthright, but of sacrifice and valor. Oba had earned his place as the King of the Mermaid not through heritage alone, but through his steadfast resistance against tyranny. The Mermaid Kingdoms had found their king. The people of the seas, both mermaid and other aquatic creatures, now saw him as their rightful ruler. The title King of the Mermaid became a symbol of justice, courage, and peace throughout the oceans. But even as Oba's influence spread, the ruins of Thor, once the mighty home of the dragons, sank deeper into the ocean floor, its grand structures now mere remnants of a forgotten age. The dragons, guardians of the city, had vanished, and only their legends remained. Yet, in the aftermath of the Great War, Vaelor, the last dragon, continued to guard the ruins of Thor, a silent sentinel to the past. The once grand city of Thor lies in utter ruin, its vibrant coral spires now broken, its streets abandoned, and its waters tainted with the blood of the fallen. Vaelor, the last surviving dragon, stands at the heart of the devastation, his large, black-scaled body now marred by the scars of battle. His fiery red eyes flicker with a deep, unspoken sorrow as he watches over the remains of his kin. Princess Serafina stands by his side, her amber eyes gleaming with tears that she dares not shed. Her fingers tremble as they brush the worn scales of Vaelor's neck, a bond forged through countless years of mutual respect and understanding. They had been protectors of this city together. Now, she is left with only the ghostly memories of the dragon's strength, their once mighty roars echoing in her heart. Serafina's voice breaks the silence, soft but resolute. Serafina, whispering to Vaelor, "I failed them." "Failed you? The dragons are gone, and the city lies in ruin. But I swear, Vaelor, we will rebuild. The kingdom, the dragon's legacy. It will rise again, no matter the cost." Her words are a promise to herself as much as to Vaelor. But the weight of guilt and sorrow hangs heavily in the air, thickening the space between them. She knows that rebuilding will not be easy, and the treacherous betrayal they had suffered will not be forgotten. Emperor Zephyron, her father, stands tall beside her, his regal form casting a long shadow in the dim light of the shattered city. His golden eyes reflect the fierce determination that burns within him. Though his heart mourns for the dragons, his mind is already focused on the future, the vengeance that must be exacted and the kingdom that must be restored. Emperor Zephyron, his voice steady though heavy with loss, "The dragons are gone, but we remain. Their blood runs through our veins, their strength courses in our hearts. We will rebuild, and those who brought us harm will answer for their betrayal. We will see them brought to justice. This is not the end." The emperor's words are more than a declaration. They are a battle cry. But even as he speaks, a chill lingers in the air, as if the sea itself mourns the loss of its guardians. Far from the ruined city of Thor, in the serene waters of Vaelora, Zerina walks the coral halls of her kingdom. She has been crowned Queen of Vaelora and is well respected for her bravery and the part she played in ending the war and saving all kingdom, but peace eludes her. She is hailed as a hero in her city, her name whispered with reverence by the people who see her as the one who saved Vaelor, the last of the dragons of Thor. Yet beneath her composed exterior, a storm rages within her. The truth, a truth so dark, lies heavy on her heart. Zerina is the one who poisoned the dragons. The blood of the mighty creatures, who once protected the sea, stains her hands. Zerina's hand clenches around the enchanted pendant that she used to save one of the dragon. The cold, smooth surface of the pendant offers no comfort, only reminding her of the life she destroyed. Her heart aches with the weight of the secret she carries, one that she can never share with anyone, not even the man she loves. She wonders if he would ever forgive her, if he would ever look at her the same way again if he knew the truth. Zerina, whispering to herself, her voice breaking, "I saved them, but I destroyed the dragons. I can never undo what I've done. And I can never have him, not when my bloodline is cursed." She knows that Oba, the prince of Agarai and the now king of the Mermaid, is the one she desires more than anything, but their love is impossible. Their kingdoms are sworn enemies, their people divided by a history of Queen Marjani betrayal. Oba's heart may long for her, but his kingdom would never accept someone from Vaelora, not after the devastation Queen Marjani caused. Zerina, clutching the pendant to her chest, tears welling in her eyes. If only I could turn back time. If only I could tell him the truth. But I fear he would never look at me the same way again. As she walks through the halls of Vaelora, the voices of the people praising her fall on deaf ears. The cheers feel like daggers to her soul. She is trapped in a lie, and it eats away at her every waking moment. Her love for Oba is a dream that can never be realized, a dream she dares not speak aloud, for it is as impossible as the sea turning to stone. Later that night, as the palace quiets down and the corridors of Vaelora grow still, Zerina retreats to her private chambers. The flickering light of candles casts long shadows on the walls, but in the depths of her heart, there is no escaping the darkness that has taken root. She collapses onto her bed, the weight of her actions pressing down on her like 1,000 stones. The crown, now heavy with guilt, lies forgotten beside her. Tears spill down her cheeks as she speaks. Zerina, through tearful sobs, "I killed them. I poisoned the dragons. I ended their lives to save you. To save you, Father. But at what cost? I ended the lives of the very beings who were meant to keep us safe, who fought for us. And now they are gone. All of them gone." Her voice breaks as the guilt overwhelms her, and she buries her face in her hands. Her heart aches with the knowledge that no matter how much she wants to believe she did the right thing, she can never undo what she has done. Zerina, whispering broken, "I couldn't save them all, Father. And now, I don't know if I can live with myself." The door creaks open softly, and Sorcerer Malachi enters, his tall figure silhouetted by the soft candlelight. He approaches his daughter, his expression soft with concern. Though he has always been a man of power and wisdom, the sight of Zerina, broken and vulnerable, pierces his heart. "Sorcerer Malachi," his voice gentle yet firm, "you did what you had to do, Zerina. I know it weighs heavy on your soul, but you saved us all. Queen Marjani's wickedness was unchecked, and you ended it. The dragons. They were poisoned, yes. But you also saved Vaelora. You saved one of the dragons. Vaelthor lives because of you, and he will carry the legacy of his kin forward." Zerina looks up at him, her amber eyes filled with a depth of pain she cannot hide. She wants to believe him, wants to believe that the life of Vaelora, the safety of their people, was worth the sacrifice. But the image of the dragons, their vibrant scales fading into nothingness, haunts her. Zerina, whispering, "How can I live with myself, knowing that I destroyed them? How can I be their queen when the very title feels like a lie? I poisoned the dragons. I killed them to protect you. But now I wonder, was it worth it?" Malachi steps forward, kneeling beside her. He places a hand on her shoulder, his touch warm and steady, offering her the strength she feels she's lost. His golden eyes soften as he speaks, and in that moment, he is not just a sorcerer. He is a father, doing everything he can to comfort his daughter. "Sorcerer Malachi," softly, "you had no choice, Zerina. Queen Marjani's reign would have destroyed everything we know. You did what was necessary, what was right for our people. And the war ended. That is the legacy you will carry, not the poison. Your heart, though burdened now, will heal in time. You will see that your sacrifice was not in vain. Zerina looks up at him, her eyes searching his face for the comfort she so desperately needs. He nods, his gaze unwavering, and for the first time in what feels like forever, Zerina feels a flicker of hope. Perhaps there is a path forward, even if it is unclear. Zerina, softly, her voice gaining strength, "You're right. I saved Vaelora. I saved one dragon. Vaelthor lives, and he will carry the memory of the dragons. I can't change what I've done, but I can honor their legacy." She stands, wiping away the last of her tears, her posture straightening. Though the weight of her actions still lingers, she knows that her duty is not just to herself but to her people. She must carry on, for them, for Vaelora, and for the dragons. Sorcerer Malachi nodding, his voice proud, "Exactly. You are the queen now, Zerina. And though the road ahead will not be easy, you will lead us with wisdom and strength. The dragons may be gone, but you are the one who will guide us into the future." As the weight of her crown settles once more upon her head, she steps forward, determined to honor the sacrifices she has made, and to rebuild the world she nearly destroyed. But in the quiet chambers of the night, as she gazes out at the moonlit sea, she knows that the true battle is not over. The love she feels for Oba, the king of the Mermaid, and the secret she holds may yet threaten everything she has fought for. But for now, Zerina finds solace in the knowledge that she is not alone. In the grand majestic kingdom of Agarai, Oba, the king of Agarai and the now king of the Mermaid kingdoms, stands on the balcony of his palace, staring out into the distance. The ruins of Thor are visible on the horizon, a constant reminder of the battle that raged not long ago. His heart aches, torn between his love for Zerina and his duty to his people. He knows the pain of betrayal firsthand. His people, the merfolk of Agarai, will never forgive the bloodline of Vaelora for the horrors that Queen Marjani unleashed upon them. "Oba," his voice soft, barely above a whisper, "how can I love her when my people will never accept her? She is from Vaelora, the very bloodline that betrayed us. But my heart doesn't care." His hand clenches around the railing, his gaze intense as he battles with his emotions. His love for Zerina is forbidden, but it is as real as the sea itself. He can feel her in his soul, and yet, he knows he cannot have her. Agarai's pride will never allow it. His people will see his union with her as a betrayal, and the consequences would be dire. Oba's thoughts turn darker, and his eyes narrow with the weight of the decision he must face. "Oba," his voice breaking, full of raw vulnerability, "to love her is to betray everything I've known, but to lose her is to lose myself. I can't bear the thought of never seeing her again." The anguish in his words is palpable. He knows that no matter how deep his feelings run, the walls between their kingdoms may be insurmountable. Yet his heart longs for her, a longing he can neither ignore nor deny. Far away in the hidden kingdom of Lyre, Queen Lisara watches the swirling ocean currents in her private chamber, her mind consumed by vengeance. Her husband, King Azriel, had been killed in the aftermath of the dragon massacre, and she blames Queen Marjani and Oba for his death. Now, in the quiet of her grief, anger has taken root, and it grows into something darker, more dangerous. Lisara's thoughts turn to Zerina, the new queen of the kingdom of Vaelora. The thought of her taking her position as queen burned her heart with anger. She knows the truth. The dragon massacre was no accident. This was a weapon she has against Zerina. Her late husband King Azriel had told her about it before he met his end at the battle at Thor. Zerina, the so-called savior, is the one who poisoned the dragons. And Lisara intends to use this knowledge to destroy her. Queen Lisara, her voice cold, full of venom, Zerina thinks she's untouchable. She believes her secret is safe. But I will use her love for Oba to tear her apart. I will make her regret every choice she made. With the dark magic at her disposal, Lisara begins to weave her plan. She will manipulate Oba's feelings for Zerina, using them to sever their bond and destroy their trust in one another. She will make them both suffer, and in doing so, she will avenge her husband's death and take back the throne of Vaelora. Queen Lisara, a sinister smile creeping across her lips. They will fall. They will both fall. And I will be the one to watch them burn. As she speaks, the shadows in her chamber grow darker, swirling around her like a storm ready to break. The wheels of her plan are set in motion, and the fates of Zerina and Oba are now in her hands.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to stay connected by leaving your thoughts in the comments, giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when a new content drops. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.